Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back to this deployment session. So in the previous session, we have seen how we can deploy into GitHub pages so that we'll get a link so it can be posted anywhere. You can show it to your employers or you can show it to your clients, to anybody, your friends, anybody, maybe your crush, maybe they are they are having birthday and then you made a beautiful website with all of the pictures and then maybe you proposed. It can happen, right? Try something different. Have anyone of you tried that? Tried? Yes or no?
No,
No. I know girls will never try that, but I'm asking boys. First, anybody?
Not yet, bro.
Let's do it then. Now you got a knowledge on how you can deploy. So simply, I hope you already have pictures, all the information that, and some quotations that you can grab from any auto. An auto backside, they'll write some beautiful comments, beautiful quotations. Okay. So that you can try. That's okay, fine. Okay. So in this session, let's learn how to deploy our code in Firebase. Okay. So let me first write the steps. What are the steps we need? Step one, we need to create an account in GitHub. Sorry, Firebase. Firebase. Second step, we need to create a project or maybe a web app project. You can call this. Establish connection between our project and Firebase. Then deploy. Deploy to Firebase. File get URL. So these are the five steps that we have to do. So before this, we do have some requirements. One is your system should have a your system should have Node.js installed. Node.js installed. This is the mandatory requirement. Your system should have a Node.js installed. For this, these are simple steps. So for this, let's head back to Node.js. Node.js. This is a JavaScript runtime environment. Okay. So like we don't want to get into much details, but maybe once you are going to going to learn either React or Angular, so we'll cover it there. No worries. So download it for macOS. You can download any of the things, maybe LTS or the current version. So you can download either of it. No worries. So just download and follow the installation process. That is very simple. Manual, like just click of the buttons. So once you have Node.js installed in your system, let's head back to Firebase. Firebase.google.com, or you can simply type Firebase. Okay, Firebase backed by Google. Okay, so it may ask you to sign in, but sign in. Maybe I'll sign out and then I'll do it again. Okay, now let's go to Firebase. Sign in. Oh my god, I forgot my password. Okay, so now I have signed in. You can simply you can sign in with your Google account existing. Why? Because it was, I mean, it is backed by Google, right? So everything is interlinked. Go to console. Add a project. Give your project name. So remember, this is going to be your URL. Just so give it a meaningful name. For me, first Firebase deployment. This is my project name. So it has, see. So it automatically gives some 866E0. So that you have to accept. Or maybe you can try deployment. Deployment is not available. See, if this project ID was taken by some other else, it won't show. So I mean, try to give the meaningful name or maybe unique names. So I have a deployment, or maybe deploy. See, this project is taken. Deploy. I'll give my name. Yeah, it is available. Save. Okay. Continue. So if you need analytics, means let's say once your website is deployed to Firebase, so it will track how many of your I mean how many users are coming per day, how many users are not able to access your website, how fast it is loading. So it will show everything. So if you want, then that is for free. If you want this, see, this is a free unlimited reporting. That's okay. If you want this, you can do. You can configure. If not, you can turn it off. For now, I don't need this. Create project. So it may take few minutes, nearly 1 to 2 minutes. Let's just wait. Yeah, our project is ready now. Okay, so click on continue. Okay, so now you can see three options. One is one is iOS, Android, and web. So let's focus on web for now. Okay, click on the web. Now you can give your nickname. Maybe I don't know. Few people will have. I mean, can anybody quickly give me some good nicknames? Please don't give that little princess and all. Okay, just something else. Go ahead. Don't you have any nicknames?
Honey.
Sorry.
Honey.
Honey. Okay, honey. Okay, so register app. Okay, so after registering our app, it will give us two options. One is with the help of NPM. This is for Firebase Angular projects, sorry, React and Angular projects, and this is for normal projects. Let's focus on this first now. Script tag. So copy this. I mean, you don't have to bother about this information or what it is giving. It looks like some some different code. Don't have to bother about it. Okay, go here. So this is what I have written here. Establish a connection between our project and Firebase. So for this we need a project. I don't have any other project. Let me open this. No, deployment demo. Deployment demo. We already have this project, right? Yeah. Let's open. Let me open this only. Visual Studio Code. Yeah, I have opened. So whatever you are copied here. So whatever you are copied here, go to index.html file and paste it. Let me close this. Okay, it already have. Let me delete this. Okay. Copy paste. So now you have established a connection between Firebase and your project. Okay. So now let's follow this second step. Okay. So now we have done. We've completed a half part. We have registered an account, created a first project or maybe a web app, and configured or maybe established a connection between our Firebase project and our local code. Now let's go to let's expand build, go to hosting. Click on the get started. So now it will ask you to install Firebase CLI tools. So CLI stands for command line interface, and so these are Firebase tools. So these are some of the tools that required to deploy or from local to this Firebase. So I mean, why? Because why we need these tools is why? Because we don't have to every time manually upload a code. So it will do on behalf of us. Then why to manually do the things? So for this, you need Node.js installed. So that's what I told. Because of that, I have told that is a pre-requirement for this. So let's come here in the terminal. So if you want to open this terminal, click on Control Shift. What do you call this symbol? There is a symbol below the escape character. What is that? I don't know. Or maybe you can open it here from terminal, new terminal. Okay. So copy this, copy, paste it. npm install Firebase. So mine is MacBook. So I have to give a sudo. It will ask password. And if it is a Windows, you can simply give npm install -g Firebase tools. So G stands for it will install our Firebase tools, not only specific to this project folder, but entire system. So you don't have to do it again and again. So if you're getting a new project, you don't have to do it again and again. So let's sorry. So let's wait for this. It may take a few minutes or sometimes few seconds. It may take 1 or 2 minutes. We have to wait for that. So meanwhile, let's explore our Firebase features. Okay, let's go to Firebase. So I'll explain you. So basically, Firebase is we can say it's a SaaS, maybe server as a service. You can say if we go to console, open our project Firebase deployment. So you can see here. So you'll get authentication. So if you want to build an authentication for your project, let's say maybe if you go to my website, internet card. So I have implemented authentication system and login with Google functionality also. You may have login with Twitter, you may have login with Facebook, everything. So this will help you to build that without scratching your heads. It is very simple. Very. See, you may have a simple sign up thing, or you may have sign in methods like or maybe Yeah, I think wait. Hey, see now we got SMS also, but it needs to be upgraded. Spark or a Blaze plans. So what these plans are is whatever, and based on the usage they are going to charge you. If they'll give one requirement. So if you are using above that requirement, they'll charge. Below that requirement, they don't charge. Okay. So add a new provider. See these many options that you have. You may log in with Microsoft, you may log in with Google, you may log in with Facebook. See how many options it has. You may log in with phone number also. Enable Apple Android Web. So phone number testing. So like you can go through the documentation, or if you required, I can do a separate series on this if you are interested. So templates. So when we we sometimes once the user signed up, we may need to send an email address verification to them, password resetting, or some SMS verification. So we will, we always see OTP for this transaction and some, I mean, kind of that from your bank or maybe from e-commerce, everything, or maybe from Swiggy and everything. We will see all this in OTPs. So you make configure how you want. So here they'll put login code and then here our app name, and you may add verification code, or I mean whatever text you need. Please don't share it with anybody. So while it is disabled, you may click on this and you may edit. Okay. So it will show you the uses. So what are the daily active users, monthly active users, and all. So if you go through database, so it will provide the database. For this, you don't need any backend. Only JavaScript is enough. Only JavaScript is enough. So it will give you two database. One is Firestore, one is real time. So real time means so if you're updating something, you don't have to even refresh the page. It automatically updates. So, and this is normal Firestore. You don't need any backend language, any Java, any Python. Simply with the help of JavaScript, you can create a full stack application. Storage. So let's say if you're building a website, see, this is my website. So I built a website where you can upload your resume. So if you go to edit, personal info, you may upload a resume. So so for these kind of things, you may use this storage. Okay, again it's a limited 5 GB. Hosting, you can host your websites. You may functions. So function will help you to do automatic things. Like once let's say once user has been signed up, you if you want to trigger an email saying that hey, as a welcome bonus you got a 10% discount. You may trigger this, but for this you may need Node.js knowledge. Okay, and analytics, it will show you what are your targeted audience, from which countries you are seeing audience, what is the engagement time, how fast your website is taking to load. So these all things it will provide. Okay, so I hope it should have completed. Yeah, it have completed. No, it has completed. Okay, so now let's head back to our second step. This step is done. Okay, next, Firebase login. Copy this. Firebase login. So I'm already logged in. Okay. So sometimes you may face a problem here. So if you want to re-log in, so the command is Firebase login -- re auth. Click on this. It will open in the default browser. Click on the account and give permissions. Now you are done. See, waiting for authentication, success, logged in as a now in click on the AWS. Okay. So now what is the final step? So sorry, third step is Firebase init. You have to initialize this. Firebase init. Yeah, init. So now you want to choose hosting as the option. So click on the down arrow, and so when you have your cursor on the, or maybe when the third option is highlighted, click on the space, not enter. Okay, only space, and click enter. Space and click enter. Okay. Now you can click on, you may use down arrows. So if you want to create a new project, that is fine. If you want to use an existing project, click on enter. Now you have to choose, what is my project? This one, first Firebase deploy now. Click on enter. So for here, so it is asking to choose our public directory. So for this, we have to do something else. So create a new folder called demo or any folder. Okay. So and move everything to that folder. Move everything to that folder. Styles and everything. Okay. So now I have moved everything to a folder called demo. So let's give that name here, demo. No, just give no. No. So it is asking us to deploy with the GitHub. So as soon as we push the code to GitHub, it will automatically deploy to Firebase. That process requires separate configuration. Let's not discuss it here. Okay. And okay, and so when it detected that we already have a index.html file. So it is asking to overwrite. If you give a y, it will overwrite your code, everything. Okay, and so now we don't want to do that. So just give n. So Firebase initialization is completed. Okay, so these all files contains our all the information about our Firebase. Now let's push it. Firebase deploy. Sorry, Firebase space deploy. It may take few minutes, sometimes few seconds also. So now our project got deployed. Let's copy this link. See, we got our website. We don't have this link, so it won't work. So you can access it in the incognito mode also. And now you can put this website links in your LinkedIn, resume, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you required or wherever it needed. Got it? Any doubts so far? How we can deploy, or if you have any doubts in any of the steps, I can repeat it for you.
Can you repeat the first step?
First step, which step? First step means
After creating Firebase.
Okay, so let me go through the entire process again. Okay, so let me show it again. This time I don't deploy, but I'll show you the configuration steps. Okay, or if you want me to deploy, I can do that with a empty project. You want me to do that? That's
Yes.
okay, fine. Okay, so let's take a fresh project. Yeah, okay, let's take a fresh project. Let me rename this. Deployment in Firebase. Okay, so I've created a simple project. Let me open that with the Visual Studio Code. See, I don't have anything I don't have. Let's head back to Firebase. Go to console, click on the project. Now give a project. What you can give this time? Maybe e-commerce. See it as a e-commerce. Or maybe grocery. Yeah, we do have this. That's okay. You can ignore it. I don't need analytics. Create project.
Is that mandatory to turn off that analytics, bro?
No, it's optional. If you want that analytics, you can. If not, if you don't want that, you can turn off. It's your
How
choice.
it is that?
Sorry.
What is the use of that?
I've already told you. But okay, let me show you that. I'll show you in the end. Okay. So click on this continue. Okay. So here we'll get an options as a iOS, Android, web, Unity. If you are familiar with the gaming and all, this is Unity and this is Flutter. So click on the web for now. Give a nickname. So the last time you have given Nazahani, this time was given Teddy. So you may click this or you may ignore that. And I mean we have to anyway we have to do this part. Let's first focus on the registering app. Register app. Okay. So now we'll get two options. One is with the help of npm. One is with the help of script tag. For now, our project is simple thing, and we don't have any Angular React such thing. So let's choose use script tag. Once we are once we are learning the React, that time also I'll take this session again. Then I'll show you how to configure it with the React session. Okay, React project. Copy this. So this step is establishing a connection between our project and then our project in Firebase. Okay. So this is not my thing. Yeah, just give a in. Okay. So you have to take demo folder or any folder that you wish. Generally, people take demo folder for Firebase. Okay. Create a index.html file. Index.html file. So create a basic structure. First website. Write h1. Welcome to deployment session by hash. Community. Okay, so at the end of the body, whatever you have copied, just paste it. Okay, now we are done with the establishing connection between our project and then our local code. Now let's go to the third step. So we are done. Now let's go to build hosting. Click on get started. So as we have already installed this globally, we don't need to install it again. Okay, click on next. Now Firebase login. We already did that. We don't need that. Now we need this. Initialize your project. Why? Because initialization is completely different for all the projects. Now go to this, open terminal. So Firebase init. Okay. So it is asking us to choose. So if you want multiple things at a time, you may use space. Okay. Click on down arrow and up arrow and click on space to choose. Okay. So for now, I only need hosting. And in the hosting also, the first one, configure files for the data Firebase hosting and optionally set up the GitHub Actions deploys. So click on space and enter. Use an existing project. So let's choose e-commerce grocery. Okay. What do you want to use your public directory? So here we have given as a demo. So give a demo. Or if you have renamed it, if you have maybe named it to public or maybe any other thing, even you may give your name also. Just give it here. Make sure that that folder contains index.html file and all the files. So click on demo and hit enter. No. If it is an Angular or React, you have to put this as a S. But if it is a normal project, give it as a no. Set up automatic builds, no for now. And no. Now we are done with all the initialization part. Now deploy it. Firebase deploy. Even if you click on the next, it will show Firebase deploy. So uploading 2 files. Yeah, it is done. See, pretty fast. You can get your links here also or here also. This is fine. Okay, so you may click hit here. So welcome to deployment session by Hashing community. So that's what we have done. So from the next time, so let's say you have added one more file, Anna, one more file, contact.html. So let me add a thing, anchor tag, put contact.html, contact us. Okay, save. So you have you have made a new changes. This time you don't have to again initialize it. Just what you have to do is Firebase deploy. Deploying. So it will it will check what are the files that we have added as a new. If you see your reload, see we got to contact us. We don't have anything in it. Okay. See how simple it is and how fast it is and how good it is. So simply we can put this in our resume and we can share it with their employees. So and it will obviously it will increase our chance of getting selected or getting hired. I hope you have enjoyed this session and in the future it will add a lot of value to your resume if you're doing this. Why? Because you see now I have introduced you guys to a Firebase. In the Firebase, you have n number of options to test your knowledge, explore the things. If you have a own idea, you may set up a project in this, whatever it is, even if it is a web app, so web app, Android, and Apple or a Unity or a Flutter, anything. If you have an idea, just go on. So let's say you have an idea, you only know front end. You don't have to bother about back end. Everything will be taken care of by Firebase. You just have to go through the documentation and find the correct things. If you require any help regarding the Firebase, you may reach out to me. I'll help you. I'm happy to help that in that. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Any doubts before ending this session? Okay, so if you don't have any doubts, I'll stop this recording. Okay. Thanks for your time. If you like this video, please do subscribe, like, and comment.